Erhard Milch was a prominent figure in the German Air Force during the Nazi era, playing a crucial role in its development and operations during World War II. Born on March 30, 1892, in Wilhelmshaven, Germany, Milch rose through the ranks of military and aviation administration to become one of the most influential figures in the Air Force, closely working with Hermann Göring, the Commander-in-Chief of the Air Force. Early life and military career. Milch's early life was marked by his naval background. His father, Anton Milch, was a pharmacist who served as a naval officer. Despite initially pursuing a career in the Navy, Milch transferred to the Army during World War I, where he served with distinction. His military service in the artillery and later in the aviation sector during the war set the stage for his future career in aviation. After the war, Milch transitioned into civil aviation, becoming the director of the German airline, Lufthansa. His work with Lufthansa was instrumental in re-establishing Germany's aviation industry post-World War I, despite the restrictions imposed by the Treaty of Versailles. Rise in the German Air Force. Milch's expertise in aviation caught the attention of the Nazi regime, and he was brought into the fold of the German Air Force as it was being secretly rebuilt in the early 1930s. In 1933, he was appointed State Secretary of the Reich Ministry of Aviation, directly under Göring. His administrative skills and technical knowledge made him indispensable in the rapid expansion and modernization of the German Air Force. One of Milch's significant contributions was his involvement in the development and production of aircraft. He pushed for the mass production of advanced aircraft, which played a crucial role in the Air Force's initial successes during World War II. His efforts in industrial mobilization and resource management were vital in the early years of the war, especially during the Blitzkrieg campaigns. Role in World War II. During the war, Milch was heavily involved in strategic planning and the operational aspects of the German Air Force. He was promoted to General Feldmarschall Field Marshal in 1940, reflecting his importance in the Nazi military hierarchy. Milch's role extended beyond just administrative duties. He was also involved in directing combat operations and logistics. However, as the war progressed, the German Air Force faced significant challenges, including the Allied bombing campaigns and the eventual depletion of Germany's industrial capabilities. Milch's earlier successes could not prevent the gradual decline in the effectiveness of the Air Force's. Disagreements with other military leaders and internal conflicts within the Nazi hierarchy also hampered his ability to address the mounting problems effectively. Controversies and post-war life. Milch's career was not without controversy. His alleged Jewish ancestry became a point of contention within the Nazi regime, which adhered strictly to racial purity laws. However, Göring intervened on Milch's behalf, declaring him an honorary Aryan to protect his position. After the war, Milch was captured by Allied forces and put on trial during the Nuremberg trials. In 1947, he was convicted of war crimes and crimes against humanity, primarily for his role in the exploitation and mistreatment of forced labor in the aircraft industry. Milch was sentenced to life imprisonment, though his sentence was later commuted, and he was released in 1954. Legacy. Erhard Milch remains a controversial figure in the history of World War II aviation. His contributions to the development and operational success of the Luftwaffe were significant, but they were also marred by his involvement in the Nazi regime's brutal policies and war crimes. Milch's story is a complex one, reflecting both the technical and administrative prowess that helped build one of the most formidable air forces of the time and the moral and ethical compromises that came with his position in the Nazi hierarchy. Milch lived out the remainder of his life relatively quietly, passing away on January 25, 1972. His legacy is a reminder of the intricate and often troubling intersections between technological advancement, military strategy, and the darker aspects of human history.